When did your feeling about something is very wrong here turned out to be true? I came home to my mom supposedly out for a walk and my little brother seeming worried she hadn't come back yet. I noticed her keys were hanging up. I had a sinking feeling something wasn't right. Why not take your keys? Anyway, long story short, she hasn't gone for a walk. She has locked herself in a bathroom in our guest house thing that you can only unlock from the inside, and had taken a whole heaps of pills to kill herself. She survived. This was over 15 years ago. Still haunts us. She was dressed in her wedding dress. My parents had just divorced. It wasn't nice. Edit. Thanks guys for all the concern. I see my mama in 2 days for the first time in months, so it's fitting to be able to hug her. I told her I posted this and the flood of concerns about her, and she was very heartfelt and said she was sorry. I also told her I got gold and she doesn't understand, so now she thinks I am bringing her gold jewelry as a present back from my trip. I would also like to add one thing that she has said to me in the past is that she wishes she had reached out to someone before she did it. A chance for help, because she could have easily have died, and when it came down to it, when she was drifting to sleep, she didn't want to die anymore and just wanted to hug her kids. That's what she said, but it could have been too late. So learning from my mom's experience, please, if you feel like this, please, you have nothing to lose than asking for help. Even message me. Fuck. Kind of a dumb one. But we had this regular customer who was very weird. I worked in an auto wrecking yard and he always came in and bought random off-the-wall shit. Anywho, me and the new guy load some stuff into the back of this guy's van. He gets in to leave and new guy is standing behind the van next to the building. I say, "Hey, I wouldn't stand there." New guy looks at me puzzled and moves. Sure enough, weird customer puts it in reverse and punches it. Backs right through the wall of our office. My brother and dad lived in a different state, and my brother was in the hospital recovering from an accident. My first weird feeling was when I was booking the flight to see them and I was considering cancellation insurance. What if something happens to my dad and I have to fly out sooner? I shrugged it off. My dad was doing fine. 2 weeks later, my brother tells me that my dad was visiting and went home early because he had evidently caught something and wasn't feeling well. I got a really bad feeling and called "Hi monsieur," it went to voicemail. He did say he was going to bed early and it was about bedtime for "Hi monsieur." I said I heard he wasn't feeling well and wanted to check in, and that I really loved "Hi monsieur." I felt weird, but my dad would have been royally pissed if I called 911 to his house because he was under the weather and decided to sleep it off. I decided to wait until the morning. Morning comes. Nothing. My brother sent his friend over. No answer. Friend goes in the house. My dad had passed away. I wish I had called. It just didn't seem that serious, and I have a penchant for overreacting. The last thing he told my brother was, "I'll be fine. I'm just going to bed." The thing that got me was the voicemail. I looked through his messages. Mine was read. If nothing else, I know he listened to that voicemail. One of the last things he heard was me telling them I loved "Hi monsieur." Edit. Thank you for all of the kind responses. My dad passed from a heart attack. According to the coroner, it didn't sound like anyone could have helped even if they had found him right after it happened. The coroner said, it seems sudden and not like he suffered at all. And if nothing had happened yet, he probably would have sent them away anyway because of his "I'll be fine" attitude. I am grateful for a couple things. 1. Both of his parents passed before I was old enough to remember them, and he spoke openly about all of it, as well as his own mortality. I think that helped me tremendously in dealing with the same. 2. He was always sentimental. I knew that him hearing me say, "I really love you," meant something to "Hi monsieur." I knew he felt the same way because he used to send me random messages about how happy he was to be a dad and how much he loved his kids. From this experience and a couple others, I've learned to speak up when I feel something is off. I may be wrong, and I've been plenty of times, but nothing is wrong with calmly speaking my mind or taking precautions when concerned. Bad things can and do happen. It doesn't mean they will. And it doesn't mean I have to overreact when I don't know what's going on. But also, sometimes shit just happens. Make sure the people you love and care about know you love and care about them as you're. Wow, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm happy he got to hear you say, I love you. And it isn't enough to imagine him near, with the phone in his hand and the voice in his ear. And the words that I wanted, I needed to say. And it isn't enough, but it is. In a way, my dad did something like this while driving. Carload of family, zipping along as he was prone to doing. Then, just before a blind corner, slowed right down for no apparent reason. Like, slowed a lot more than necessary. A second or two later another car comes around the corner on our side of the road. Would have been a head-on had Dad not felt the uncanny urge to ease up. I tend to slow down at harrowing-looking blind corners, for this reason. I was letting my dog back inside. She walked right past me with no tail wagging or happy smile. Walked right through the kitchen without wanting a treat, and went straight to a doggy bed. I knew something wasn't right, and within 10 minutes we were in the car to the emergency vet. She had a tumor rupture apparently. It was clear what needed to be done. Still breaks my heart. That exact thing happened to my dog earlier this year. Like literally the exact thing. I checked to make sure you weren't one of my siblings. I'm sorry about your dog. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.